Okay, hi. We continue in the part 2 of the time and motion study. Okay, now we look into the developing work method. Okay, we need during the observation. Okay, and then we have collected all the data, and then we need to sit and do the analyzing. Okay, so you look at the movement. Okay, from the recorded. Maybe you record or you do some observation. And then you look, is there any unnecessary motion? Maybe they change hand for the tools. Actually, you don't have to change hand. You have to pick with the hand that you're using it and directly use it. You don't have to pick by the left hand and then put your right hand and then doing it. So eliminate unnecessary movement or motion. Sometimes you walk too far to get something. Okay, why this is happening? You need to know. Is it because of the tools not enough? They have to walk to get to the tools, or maybe for the parts. Okay, they need to walk to another workstation to get the parts. Okay, try to eliminate the motion that unnecessary. Okay, some of the tasks can be combined. Okay, for example, it's maybe you have to put two screw at one time. Maybe you have to put two screw, let's say. So what you can do is you use your both hand, okay, to pick up the screw and put it. Alright, so rather than you take one by one, maybe you have to place the screw bucket in the okay, two places, one for the right hand, one for the left hand, so that you can do it simultaneously. Okay, combine the activity. And then reduce fatigue. Maybe you have to introduce how to stand. Okay, maybe you have to introduce high chair so that people can sit and do the job. Right, to reduce the fatigue. If you stand too long, it's gonna easily get tired. Okay, improve the arrangement of the workplace. Maybe the table is too low or too high, or maybe the arrangement of the tools is too far away. They have to fetch it. They have to go. Uh, they have to grab for higher things. Okay, try to reduce that. Okay, you need to rearrange again the workstation. Okay, improve the design of the tools. Okay, provide the right tools for the right handed person or to the left handed person. So you need to be aware on the workers. Okay, now we are going to the time study. Okay, when we talk about time study or the work study, you will hear these terms. The first is to observe time. Okay, the time that you collect um, at the place. Okay, at the line. And then you need to convert to normal time, in which you have to consider the performance rating. And then the one that very important for us is the standard time. The standard time is the time that you declare as the time that should be taken when doing the job. Okay, so before we conclude as standard time, we need to convert into normal time and then to the standard time after you consider all the allowance. Okay, so the observation, okay, is done on the line. Okay, usually when we talk about work measurement, there's another term, is deal with the how long it takes. So it's using the time. So you need a stopwatch. Okay, so the best thing is to use the stopwatch. Okay, for each step. So you need to divide into the whole process need to be divided into a step so that you can document the time and the movement. Okay, these are the tools that you need. First, you need a stopwatch. You cannot use handphone or other device that have other functions. So the best thing is to have a stopwatch. Okay, so you can get a more precise time. And then you need the observation form, in which you need to take many times the job done. You cannot take just one observation. Sometimes you need to take up to 6 time the work is done. Maybe sometimes you need to come again in another day just to observe the same process is done. Okay, and then sometimes you need a tape measurement just to know how far the movement, if they step out from the workstation, how far they have to walk. Okay, or maybe reaching, how far they have to reach. Okay, standard time. Standard time is the amount of time that we declared of a qualified workers to complete a specific task. Okay, but you need to make sure that the task is done in a proper environment, okay, with the proper lighting, um, proper temperature, okay, ventilation, and then also using the correct tools and equipment, okay. So you use the proper screwdriver, use the proper, for example, what other things, okay, hammer, okay, and then with the correct method and tools, okay, so then you can get the proper standard time. Okay, if the tools not enough, if there's a problem in the ventilation or in the lighting, so it's not considered as standard time. Okay, standard time is like having a perfect surrounding, perfect tools, okay, and perfect method on to do, or technique on to doing it. Okay. Okay, these are the steps. Okay, you define the task, and then you need to determine how many cycles that you need to observe. Usually, you have to do many cycles. Okay, time. Sometimes you have to take in the morning, and then some data you have to take in the after lunch, and then at the end. So because sometimes they have a different speed. Okay, so you need to know if there are any abnormalities. Okay. All right. Okay, first we need to know what is observed time. Observed time is average. Okay, you need to find the average. Remember that we need to get data for many cycles. So you need to get the average. Okay, that's the first step. So when you get the average, okay, you need to convert to normal time. Normal time, how to calculate normal time? Normal time is the average observed time, time with PR. PR stands for performance rating. Usually, it's given by the management. So sometimes it's 100%, sometimes it's less than 100%, and sometimes it's more than 100%. Okay, it depends on the single job performance rating. Okay, of the um, workers. Okay, next. Then after you get normal time, then you need to convert to standard time. Okay, the formula for standard time is the normal time times the allowance factor. Okay, so allowance factor is set by the management. Okay, how many percent for the fatigue? How many percent for the toilet break? So for the allowance factor, you need to do this formula 1 over 1 minus A, the allowance. Okay, the allowance is given in the question. Okay, rest allowance, it include personal times. Okay, we are human beings, so we need personal time for break, using the toilet. Okay, maybe like 5-minute break for water fountain or drink water. Okay, and also there's allowance for delay or contingency. Okay, sometimes if it depends your job um, with another line, so sometimes they are the one who delay, so you can have the allowance for the delay. And then also fatigue and policy allowance. Okay, you have break time, maybe 1 hour break time after for the whole day. Okay, so this is a very important. We are human beings, we are not robots, so we need to have the allowance. Okay. Okay, these are the example. Okay, we look at the first time study example. Okay, for this, they give you already average observed time for 4 minutes. Okay, maybe this for one process. Okay, and the workers rating or the performance rating is 85%, and then allowance factor is 13%, in which include the break time, toilet break time. Okay, so we need to calculate first is the observed time. Since they given the average observed time, so we can go to the next step, which is the normal time, which the observed time. Okay, we time with the perform rating, in this case is 85%. Okay, where's my cursor? Okay, from the 85%, you need to convert into decimal 0.85, and then you have 3.4 minutes for the normal time. Okay. Okay, now we can convert to standard time. Standard time is the formula is the normal time. Okay, normal time. Divide by the y minus allowance factor. In this case, allowance factor is 13%. So we need to convert to decimal. So normal time is 3.4. Okay, 1 minus allowance factor is 0.13. And then you get 3.9 minutes. So for the job, it's the standard time. It's 3.9 minutes. Okay, for anybody who doing the job, they need to know that the standard time to complete the job is 3.9 minutes. Okay, look at this, the real observed data in which you have a few cycle. For this information, from this question, the information given on the allowance factor. Okay, we have allowance factor 15%, and then they give the performance rating for the each task in the process. I think the process is about putting a letter inside the envelope, and then you're ready for the post office, I think. Okay, so this person, they took about 5 cycle. Okay, 5 complete process, and then they take 5 another cycle until complete, then another cycle until complete. So they, for the first cycle, okay, these are the data. Okay, for second cycle, see, they are different time. Okay, because depends on the person doing it. Okay, so first step is to delete any unusual or non-recurring observation, something that is not normal from your observation. Okay, we look at the task 1. Okay, after taking it 5 times, okay, is there any abnormal numbers from 8, 10, 9, 21, and 11? Yeah, 21 is something not normal. Okay, so we need to eliminate that data. Okay, for the task 2, task B, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3. Okay, it's not have a very big range. Okay, it's within 2, 3, 1. Okay, it should be okay. Okay, we look at the task C, 2, 1, 5. 2, 1. So I think 5 is something is not normal. Okay, so we need to eliminate. Okay, once we have eliminated all the unusual, okay, not within the normal observation that we look now, so we need to calculate the observed average observed time for each task. So for this case, they have A, B, C. So we need to do for each one. Okay, we need to do for the time task A. So we have 8 plus 10 plus 9. This one is not included, and plus 11. Since it's average, so we need to divide by 4. Only 4 data is valid. Okay, for the task B, okay, we add all this and then average divide by 5. Okay, we got 2.2. And then for task C, 1 is not included, so we have 4 data, and then we divide by 4, so we have 1.5. So we already done the average OT. Now we need to convert to NT. For NT, we need to times the observed time with the PR performance rating for each element. Okay, for the each task, we know that is given earlier. Okay, from where? I show you from here, performance rating. Okay, you need to convert into the decimal, right? So 9.5 is the observed OT average of the time divided by 120%. So it become 1.2. You get 11.4, and then we get 2.2 for task B, and then times 1.05, and then we have observed time for task C 1.5, and divide by 110%, so it become 1.10. So we get 1.65. Next step, you need to add, because standard time we only have one standard time. So now what you have to do, you have to add up all the tasks here. So A, B, C, you need to add up. Okay, so add up all these to get the total normal time, and then you can convert into standard time. Okay, standard time, remember the formula is total normal time divided by 1 minus allowance factor. Remember, we in the question they give us 15%, so we need to convert into decimal point 0.15. So 15.36 is from the total normal time, and then divide by 1 minus 0.15, so we get 18.07 minutes. What 18.07 minute means? It means that the standard time to complete the whole cycle of the process in which task A, B, and C is 18.0 minutes. So anybody come and have to do the same process, they need to follow or to obey that they need to complete within 18.08 minutes. What if they complete below 18.08 minutes? That they are doing good job because they finish faster than the standard time. But what if they finish at 20 minutes? Oh, that's not a good sign of you are doing the good job because you exceed the standard time that have been imposed or that have been set by the company. Okay. Okay. Next question. Compute the standard output for 1 hour. What do you mean by standard output? Output is after 1 hour, how many set of envelope that you have, how many job or the process have been completed. That is the one that they were looking for. When you talk about output, is pengeluaran, is the penghasilan at the end of this is standard output for 1 hour. So after 1 hour, what are the output? Okay, so for the process just now, so they want to know how many steps that have been completed. Okay, so 1 hour is 60 minutes. So we know that the standard time of completing one cycle is 18.07 minutes. So within 1 hour, how many cycle that we completed? Okay, so 60 minutes because we want in 1 hour. Divide by 18.07 is standard minute that we calculated before. So we have 3.32 units or 3.32 cycle have been completed within 1 hour. But we cannot declare as a decimal point. So we need to round the numbers. So for this time study, you need to round down. Even you get 3.9, you need to round down to 3. Okay? Why? Because when when people ask you, okay, after 1 hour, how many set that have you produced? You cannot say that 3.32 set. Because it's not completed, the 0.32. So to be safe, you need to report as, okay, within 1 hour, I can complete about 3 sets only, 3 units only. Okay, you need to round down. Even though you almost finish it at 3.9, you still have to say 3. You have to report as 3 because it's not completed yet. Okay, so make sure be careful on that. You need to round down. Okay. Okay, what if they ask about the standard output for 1 day? So let's say 1 day the company work for 8 hours. Okay, so after 8 hours, how many set that have been completed? That's what they want from you. So again, we know the time that they work. Okay, so 8 hours. We need to convert into minute because our standard time is in minute, 18.07. So what you have to do, 8 times 60, okay, divide by standard time, and then you get 226.56. Remember, in time study, you need to round down. So you need to report to your boss as 26. Okay, remember that. You cannot round up to 27 because you not complete by 8 hours. Let's say the boss come and check. Okay, you told me you got 27 because you round up. And then the boss said, okay, I want to check. So he come and then check how many set you complete. You only complete 26 and a half, 0.56. So he said, no, you said 27. So to be safe, you need to report as 26. Okay, after 8 hours of working, only 26 unit that you completed. Alright, so I hope you understand. on the calculation from the average observed time. Okay, remember that before you start doing the average, you need to eliminate, you need to delete any unusual that beyond the range. Okay, you can see from the range. Sometimes it's go too high. Okay, and then you do the average observed time, and then you need to do the normal time and then the standard time, and then you can calculate from standard time, you can calculate output for 1 hour, or you can calculate output for the whole day. Okay, all right, so I hope you understand on the calculation part. So I see you on the next topic. All right, so see you later. Bye.